It begins not with a whisper but with a command, a voice like thunder shaking the heavens, calling forth the end of days. The Lamb has broken the first seal, and what comes next will change the world forever. This is the terrifying vision given to John in the book of Revelation. Speaks of a time when the world as we know it will change forever, a time of terror, of chaos, of divine judgment. And it all begins with the opening of the first four seals. The first seal, the white horse. Conquest. John, the beloved disciple, was taken up into the heavens, into the very throne room of God. And there in the right hand of the Almighty was a scroll sealed with 7 seals. A scroll that held the fate of the world. Then a voice, thunderous commanding, echoed across the heavens. Who is worthy to open the scroll and break its seals? Silence. Not a soul in heaven or earth could open it, except one. The Lamb, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, Jesus Christ. As he reached out, the heavens trembled, the angels watched, and one by one, the seals were broken. And with each seal came a rider, the first seal. John watches as the Lamb opens the first seal. A thunderous voice echoes from the throne room of heaven. Come and see. And suddenly, a figure appears. John looked, and behold, a white horse. Its rider held a bow, and a crown was given to him, and he rode out to conquer and to conquer. A conqueror, unlike any other. But who was he? Was he a warrior? A king? A false messiah? The world would soon find out. Some believe this rider is a false peace, a deceiver clothed in purity, an empire that conquers without force, yet leaves devastation in its wake. Others say it is the spirit of conquest itself, rulers, tyrants, kings and kingdoms rising to power. But one thing is certain. His ride signals the beginning of the end. The second seal, the red blood horse. War narrator. The second seal is broken. Another voice calls, "Come and see." And suddenly, a blood-red horse galloped forth. And its rider was given a great sword, power, given to him to take peace from the earth, to turn man against man, to make neighbor rise against neighbor, nation against nation. Rivers run red with blood. Wherever he goes, blood is spilled. Wars have always plagued the earth, but this is something far greater. A time when chaos reigns, when battlefields are soaked in blood, when no one can trust another. The world is spiraling into violence, and the horseman rides on. The third seal, the black horse, famine. The third seal is opened. A third voice calls, "Come and see." And the next horseman emerges from the shadows, riding upon a black horse. John saw a black horse, and its rider held a pair of scales in his hands. Then a voice rang out, "A measure of wheat for a denarius, and 3 measures of barley for a denarius, but do not harm the oil and the wine." Famine! Starvation! The world would be consumed by hunger. Food would become scarce. The rich would feast, while the poor would waste away. The black horseman rides where war has left fields barren, where drought has drained the rivers dry, where men fight over scraps of bread. And still, the end is not yet. The fourth seal, the pale horse, death. And now, the fourth and final seal is broken. The last voice calls out, "Come and see." And John trembled. As the final horse appeared, a pale horse, a horse of the color of a rotting corpse, and its rider's name was Death, and hell followed with him. Behind him follows Hades, the grave, the underworld, the final resting place of those taken by the horsemen before. And power was given to them to take a fourth of the earth, by sword, by hunger, by disease, and by wild beasts. War, famine, and now on death, in every form imaginable. This is no longer just suffering. This is devastation. The world plunged into darkness. People screamed, fled, but there was nowhere to hide. The Four Horsemen had been unleashed, and this was only the beginning. And then John looks again, and what he sees is worse than he could have imagined. The horsemen ride on, their work unfinished, their mission unfulfilled. The world is breaking, and yet the end has only just begun. Because beyond these 4 seals, there are 3 more. And beyond the 7 seals come the trumpets. And beyond the trumpets come the bowls of God's wrath. This is only the beginning. The world is changing. The question is, will you be ready? Will you be among those who stand firm, or will you fall when judgment comes? For those who have ears, let them hear, and those who have eyes, let them see. The end is drawing near. What do you think about this prophecy?